Okay, another 5 or 6 minutes of Latin. Then, secretly, he wrote to his people, the Athenians, that those people who came, they should retain them, until, with all their repairs of the works done, he could confess to the Spartans that Athens was fortified, and neither were their princeps, their leaders, to return, other than if he himself was remitted and let go, which easily the Spartans bestowed on him, lest the death of one would be compensated with the death of many of their own people. Lucius Furius, having conducted his army into a bad position, led them there, when he decided to cover over his anxiety, his solicitude, lest the rest of the people start to be a bit trepidatious. Gradually, he bent his path as if he was about to attack the enemy with more of a circular motion, a big circle. And then, having turned his columns, the ignorant army which he was leading, they were ignorant of this thing which he was doing, he led them back in column, safe. Metellus Pius, in Spain, he was asked what on the next day he was going to do. He said, I would burn my tunic if it was able to speak. M. Licinius Crassus, to a question of what time he was going to move the camp, he responded, are you fearing that you won't hear the tuba, the horn? Verb of fearing, utnea inverted. Chapter 2, Exploring the plans of enemies, finding them out. Scipio Africanus, having taken the occasion of sending to Syphax some legates, with Laelius, in the habit of slaves, the gear and clothes, the most chosen tribunes and centurions he ordered to go with Laelius, to whom the care was imbued of inspecting the royal forces. These people, quo Liberius, comparative with quo means ut, so that more freely they could scrutinise the position of the camps. A horse, on purpose, was demismed, it was let go, and just as if they were persecuting or following the fleeing animal, a great part of the fortifications they went around, which, when they announced this, they completed the war with an incendium, a big fire. Q. Fabius Maximus, in the Etruscan War, when still it was unknown the sagacious, the more cunning ways of exploring, cunning way of exploring were still unknown to the Roman generals. This guy, Q. Fabius Maximus, something to his brother Fabius Caeso, who was experienced, peritum in the language of the Etruscans, Fabius ordered his brother to penetrate the Cimmian woods in Tuscan gear, which had been unattempted before by soldiers, which he, to such an extent was he prudent and industrious, he did it so that he had transgressed the Umbrian forest of the Camaronians, whoever they are, and when he had noticed that they were not alien to the Roman name, this is hostile in the lobe, he compelled them, he forced them into an alliance with the Romans, probably in a friendly way. The Carthaginians, when they noticed the great resources, the great hopes of Alexander, were thus so that he was threatening or overhanging danger to Africa. One from the citizens, an acrim man, a fierce man or smart, with the name of Hamilcar Rhodanum, they ordered this guy, to pretending to be an exile, to go to the king and with all zeal and studiousness to obtain, to come into friendship with him, basically, which was obtained, was done. He made known the plans of them to his citizens. The Carthaginians sent the same, who, this is sent with a qui, so it's going to be subjunctive, through the appearance of legates, they would stay at Rome, locative, for a long time, and they would discover or receive all of our plans. So that there's the imperfect subjunctive with qui. Marcus Cato in Spain, because he was not able to reach to the plans of the enemies by any other way, alia via, he ordered 300 soldiers simultaneously to make an attack on the station of the enemies, and having raptured one of them, taken one from these, to bring him in column safe into camp. He was tortured, and all of the arcane secrets of them he confessed.